Browns hosting the Bengals on Sunday, their first AFC North game. It'll be at Huntington Bank Field, 1 o'clock p.m. We're going to make our picks, but first, what we're watching in this game, Mary Kay, lead us off.
I'm going to be watching Life After Amari Cooper. This is the Browns' first game after trading Amari Cooper to the Bills. How are they going to look offensively? I've been saying, how do you get better when you trade your number one receiver away? They think that they can do it by spreading around the wealth and delivering that ball more to David Njoku, Jerry Jeudy, Elijah Moore, Cedric Tillman. I think they really believe that there's going to be something here that wakes them up and snaps this offense to attention, and we'll see how it works out. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be better or not, but this is probably one of the biggest things to watch on Sunday.
Ashley, what about you?
I'm watching the Browns cornerbacks and how they're going to respond this week on the field after Jim Schwartz called them out on Thursday and said he doesn't think they've played up to their potential yet this year. I don't think that's any secret. They have yet to get an interception. Actually, the only interception on this defense comes from linebacker Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. But for whatever reason, in recent years, these corners have managed to really, I think, perform some of their best football against the Cincinnati Bengals in any adverse situation. So I'm really curious how they're going to match up with these receivers, obviously particularly Jamar Chase, who has spent a lot of time trash talking the Browns in previous years. He actually has refused to trash talk them in the lead up to this game. He said he's tired of being the villain on social media. He's gonna leave it all out on the field. I wrote a story about that, talked to Greg Newsome, Martin Emerson Jr. about that, and really interesting. I think really fun to hear these guys' thoughts on this battle.
And I'm just going to watch the return of Nick Chubb, because who doesn't want to watch Nick Chubb run the football again? He'll be back for the first time since injuring that knee in Week 2 last year against Pittsburgh, so it's been over a year. He will finally be back, expected to play on Sunday, even though he's listed as questionable. So everyone, of course, is excited to watch Nick Chubb run the football again for the Cleveland Browns. All that being said, I'm going to pick the Cincinnati Bengals to win this game. I know the Browns have dominated the Bengals. I know this secondary always gets up against the Bengals. That's why I can certainly see a scenario where I'm sitting there in that press box thinking, what was I doing picking the Bengals to win this game? I still don't trust this Browns offense going into this. So I'm going to say that even against a terrible Bengals defense, I think the Bengals win this game 27-19. Ashley, what's your pick?
Dan, I don't want to be you on Sunday evening, so I'm actually going to pick the Browns in this one. I know there's some adversity there with obviously not having Amari Cooper anymore, but I think the Browns get a boost from Nick Chubb coming back. They've been great at home in division games under Kevin Stefanski. They've gone 9-3. They've bested Joe Burrow plenty of times. Myles Garrett in particular has 8 sacks against him, but he's 1-5 against the Browns in his career. So I just think the Browns have the edge against Cincinnati for whatever reason. So I'm going Cleveland 24.
All right, Mary Kay, what do you have?
Well, the Browns are coming back home after 3 straight road losses, 4 out of 5 games on the road, believe it or not. And obviously we know they've lost 4 straight football games. So hard to believe. They're here at 1-5. I keep thinking that that team that we saw all last year on the lakefront is going to show up. Will it or will it not? It's against the Bengals, so they do have a chance. Like Dan, I really don't trust the Browns offense right now, but I think the return of Nick Chubb is going to give them a lift. I think it's going to give them a huge, huge boost. I think they're going to go back to some old ways of doing things, maybe a little old school, some running games, some power runs, and they just might be able to do it. So I'm going to go Browns 21.
All right, there we go. Whatever happens, whoever's right, whoever gets their picks right on Sunday, we will cover